It's definitely been a sort of work in progress. Obviously, nothing comes within a day. It does take a lot of hard work and effort to get there. There'll be days for me that aren't as intense, and those days I still look to do some work in achieving the goal. So heading down to Melbourne Float House in Kilsyth to do a float session. So the float session is going to be an hour long. So that's pretty much just a magnesium bath as such, and you'll float there for an hour, so it relieves all the tension on your body. So before our float session, we're actually going to do a lymphatic drainage. So that's like a big sort of giant moon boot that you put on, and it fills with air and causes like a vascular pump. So that's like a half an hour treatment. So what I'll do is I'll sit there with both legs in a sort of sleeve each, and that's going to fill with air and compress against my legs. And what it does, it acts as a pump, so it squeezes the muscle, compressing it and restricting blood flow, and then eases off and allows a greater blood flow back into those muscles. So it's kind of like restricting your blood flow and then a sudden rush of blood back into your legs, causing a pump action and releasing those byproducts that you get from a general training session.
So I'm just going to run through basically your flow. So in here you've got over 500 kilos of Epsom salts. So it's 500 kilos of magnesium that you're about to learn. So magnesium is also for your muscles, also really good for your central nervous system, so it's going to help your body calm down. An hour and a half is equivalent to 4 hours of meditation. Once you get in, you sit down, sit your bottom down, pull your split down. You'll have 10 minutes of music to start with, and the music will fade away. Last 5 minutes music will go back on again to let you know that you're nearly done. And that's it.
The overall goal being to go as far as I can, being, the CrossFit Games. Every day is putting in the work, but obviously at varied intensities and, varied efforts. Work as hard as you can. If you've got a goal, whether it be big or small, make sure each day that you're doing something along the way to get that end goal. Whether that be going back to the basics, picking a movement one day and think, okay, where does it start from? How can I refine that so it's flawless in the end? I've done that with, handstand push-ups. Just recently I've really sat down and reassessed it and gone, how can I make it so it's a flawless movement? And I'm currently, doing that every day just to work the basics and make sure, I can get it to a standard that I'm happy with.
A PT that I work with, he started CrossFit and then he used to train me, and he sort of, Fight Gone Bad was the first workout I did, so he killed me and stuck with it ever since.
Yep.
I was a PT at Good Life back in the day, and there were a couple of people doing these stupid swinging pull-ups, and I was like, what are those pull-ups? And I used to think I was amazing because I could do like 5 strict ones. And then they're like, oh, we do CrossFit, and I'm like, what is this CrossFit? So I just went along and died. I was like, oh my god, I thought I was fit. I'm not fit. And then I went back every day. And here I am.
I was a PT as well. Started doing bodybuilding and then hated it because it was boring as all hell. My friend was like, oh, you gotta come and try this. This is like amazing. It's so much fun. So I went to this random gym like upstairs where like you drop the barbell and the whole like mezzanine shook. And I did my first bodyweight workout. Thought I was fit, thought I was like really, really good, and yeah, died. And I was like, yeah, I'm going back to home. And that was it.
And I started CrossFit when I was 16 to improve my soccer. So there was a gym that opened up down the road from me, and then I thought I'd drop in and do a session and see what it's like, and then found that it was improving my soccer overall. So I thought I'd start training CrossFit.
Pretty much the same, just KFC. Red Rooster's closing down, so I don't think they need that. After regionals I sort of took it a bit more serious. I didn't want to let the team down.
After the Open?
After the Open. So yeah, just typical healthy stuff. Plenty of meat and veggies.
After the Open last year, we joined the Method. We've been on a diet plan from them. So since training for regionals, it's been like, gets me lots of food. So it's been really good, and I've found it just help performance and especially recovery.
Mainly just weekends. Just we're spending a lot more time here on the weekends.
Pretty much the same as these guys, just the distance that I live from obviously the box to train with the team. time at the moment prepping for regionals is to be with these guys and train as a team?
I'd say my biggest inspiration is the people I train. I see a 62-year-old lady come to my gym in the morning and she doesn't go to work, she gets up at 5:30 every day and she comes and does like epic things. These mums that have like 3 kids who run their family, who they have no time for themselves except 5:30 in the morning and they just do epic things, and I find that so inspirational that they can do that every day, look amazing, run their family. To me that's inspirational, and I don't have to do any of those things. If they can do it, I can do it.
My mum is a massive inspiration for me. Yeah, she gives it a go and she's always so encouraging and supportive. And my partner, he's really inspirational too.
Got into it through my brother. My brother is in the Defence Force. He started CrossFitting with a bunch of buddies. I was putting on lots of weight. I did hit a gym, but I never stayed consistent with any kind of training. My brother came down, was telling me about CrossFit, and I was like, I don't know what it is. I went with him to the park. He showed me a little CrossFit workout. It was 4 rounds for time, 50 air squats, 400 meter run. At the time, I was still a smoker, and I was about 112, 113 kilos. So I was pretty much chucking up, phlegm coming out of my mouth. I was hating it. I had actually a really bad first experience. And my brother, being a hard ass, was like, come on, now we're gonna finish this workout. I got through it. It took me like ages. I got through it. And then after, I go, what the hell is that? He goes, that's CrossFit, man. It's like a full intense workout. And he goes, if you want to lose the weight and stuff, like, this is going to give it to you. It's hard work, but it's going to happen. That, honestly, I called up the next one, which was close to me, CrossFit Victoria. I called them up. I started the next week. That week, I quit smoking. So I quit 8 years ago smoking at 22. Started the Monday, and I'll never look back. Get the banner for the gym. So that was my biggest thing that I wanted to do, make happen, and that's been on my mind for a couple of years. So for myself to put in a good score for that to happen was, it wouldn't have hurt if the better my score, the more I contribute for it. So the plan was to get, an array of athletes to put in good scores, as well as myself, and we all just chip in just to get that banner back home. More so getting the team in tune with each other, communicating, and the good thing is, which I didn't have to spend time with, there's already chemistry with the team. So if you've got chemistry with the team and you don't sort of have a team that sort of throws the blame game on everyone else or whatever, it makes it a lot easier to work with. So yeah, really all I had to do was just set weakness work, synchro work, and let the magic unfold with the team itself. Probably Mitch. Mitch probably, he's always believed in me. Every time I've stuffed up during the opens or I've done something wrong where I couldn't make it, he'd always say, it's a 2-year plan, it's a 3-year plan. And he's done that, and there's been so many times where I've said, I'm pulling the pin now. It's getting ridiculous. I'm like, I'm nearly 30 and I'm still chasing this stupid thing and it's not happening. But he'd always say, no, if you want to make it happen, just keep going. Like, it's going to take as long as it needs to, and you just got to bear in. So listening to his advice, if I didn't probably have those words, I probably would have quit a while back before I could have capitalised on what I wanted to really achieve. Yeah, all they got to know is the training's done. It's all there. It's all good. Have fun with it. It's easier said than done though. You're going to be there. You're going to be nervous. But after all this is done, be proud of yourselves. Be happy. And not many people get to do this. So just go out there and have fun with it. Like, that's the only advice you can give. Yeah.